This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm here with Tori, Jeff, Al. I am Sam. We've got a very special show for you today with some of our best moments ever.
And we're kicking it off with the topics that got us the most heated. And believe it or not, a story about toxic positivity had everyone disagreeing. And if you're not sure what that is, join the club. Just watch.
If you were to come up to me and be like, I had a really hard night last night, lost and threw up all night, and I would have been like, just be happy.
That's not positivity, though.
I know. That's what the whole point.
That's being condescending.
That's what the whole point of this is, though.
Yeah, but you can't pick and choose, like you said.
But some people are oblivious, and they think just by being like, just be happy. I know people like that. They don't realize that when you dismiss someone's feelings, you're doing the opposite. So I actually completely agree with this study. And I don't think some people know the difference between dismissing someone's feelings and trying to be positive.
Yeah, that's their problem. You know what I mean? Everyone
of course, but that's the point of the study.
Yeah, but
you're making my point.
No,
Both
it's
of you are.
Because being positive doesn't mean be happy, and then she gives a whole sentence and a paragraph explanation.
What they're saying.
What are you talking about?
Well, I know specific
people. So you'd rather be
but
negative than be positive?
No, you're missing the point here. That's exactly what the study.
What's the point? Pull up that thing again. So that's what positive people say. Stop being so negative. That's not positive. And then she gives a whole explanation of how to balance.
Again, there are people out there that just think being positive is being super shallow and putting a smile on their face. What this study is trying to do is show you that there's a difference between dismissing someone, and that's not actual positivity, and the positivity that you two know and well and breathe.
I could say, well, women would say, just be positive, and men would say, and I could give a whole explanation. You can't just pick and choose what you expect people to say.
Well, I think
you can't say that's what positive people are.
No, I know. I think the point of the study was to really show the people that so dismissively say buck up, that that's actually not positivity. So the whole point is to point out to those people, if you want to be a positive person, come from experience, acknowledge people how they feel. Don't just use something so flippantly as buck up, buddy. Right. That's not positivity. So that's what the study's point was.
Well, I don't like it. They're putting a negative spin on positivity.
Yeah, I agree, Jeff.
Yeah,
what about maybe it was the fourth time that they came with some negative story, and the other person's like, dude,
that's
come on.
We've all been there, let me tell you. And sometimes, you're over it. So I get that as well. Jeff and his studies.
I hate them.
You did not like that study at all.
No, because like I said, they're putting a negative spin on positivity, and that's what's frustrating about it. And just dismissing it like you said. I think we're on the same page, just because I get fired up about it. They give one sentence and a whole explanation. It's not doing it justice.
No, and you stand behind your positivity stance.
Well, he didn't like the name of it.
Yeah.
He hated the fact that it was called
branding.
Toxic. I was going to say masculinity because we all hear that buzzword too, but you didn't like toxic and positivity in one word because it gave positivity a bad name.
Right, so people who are negative give them something that, I really hate that toxic positivity guy over there. But we don't have enough to be negative about. Let's be positive about that.
Here, I got it. I fully embraced it because I hate when people are like, just buck up, Al.
Yeah.
Brush it off. And you're like, no, I have feelings, right, Al?
It's dismissive. I completely understand.
Kind of like how you were with that answer.
Yeah, I
Al just know he needs to move on. Got it. So we don't always see eye to eye clearly. Like in this next clip, Erica and Tori disagreed over the way Robert De Niro allegedly spoke to his former assistant. Take a look.
If you want to work with De Niro, he just said the F word twice on CNN. He's going to curse, he's going to be short, and from what I've heard from him, she was wasting a lot of time watching tons of Friends episodes and stealing from him. So we don't know any of this context at all. So I get it, but the Me Too movement isn't about mean bosses, it's about abuse of power, and I'm not sure I saw that there.
I think it's important to...
If somebody spoke to me like that, it would be war.
Like, but what if they had been trying to get in touch with you,
but no,
and he never picked up the call?
I don't care what is happening. You are not going to hop on the phone and leave me a voicemail.
That is embezzling $13,000.
It's unacceptable.
What if you're embezzling?
Here's the thing. You have to ask, how do you get to that point? In order to get to that point, that means that that's been a toxic work-employer relationship for a very long time. Yes, it is, Tori, because if somebody called you and said something like that to you, that would be completely out of pocket.
But what if there's hundreds of calls he's trying to make, and I've stolen from him? I would be mad.
I'm saying that means it's toxic from the beginning because you don't make that leap. Not normal people don't make that leap. I understand where you're saying that it's an exception to the rule, but that means that it's been toxic for quite some time.
I just don't know the context, and I don't know.
I can tell you the context.
I don't think
because if somebody called me and said something like that to me, it would be over.
Ooh, I love me some debates here.
Starting off fiery, huh?
He came out hitting and strong. I thought it was a great debate between us, and it was an interesting point of view. And to see it, as she said, would you have accepted that? And it made me think of a different perspective. I still stand behind what I said, but she had a great argument.
Did you see her point a little bit?
A little De Niro.
That was a terrible De Niro.
Yours was very
Mine was good, and you ruined the moment.
Okay, sorry.
It's over now.
Okay. Who knew one of the biggest disagreements was about the way Sam eats a Twix candy bar?
I remember this.
It's a little different. Watch this.
Can I ask you how you eat your Twix? You eat your Twix like this, like a normal candy bar?
Oh my God, I don't know what I just looked at, but I was uncomfortable.
Or do you eat your Twix? Or do you eat your
Vitamin
Twix
hat? No.
like a corn on the cob?
No, what?
No one does that.
You eat it like a corn on the cob?
Did your parents?
Have you told your therapist?
If I saw Sam doing that, I would be like, I can't be friends with her anymore.
Are we going to go trick-or-treating? Because if we are, don't go near me if you're eating a Twix.
That's a weird way to eat that.
Did you see how the studio reacted?
Yeah, I was not prepared for that. You nibble it like a corn on the cob, okay?
What?
Like this.
No way.
That's the weirdest
Word of
thing
God,
ever.
but I don't keep going. Now I'm going to eat. And then I would go get that last piece in like 2 minutes. And then I have a pure cookie to eat.
Sam eats like if you're rationing food after an accident and you're waiting to be rescued. You're like,
we
might
have
last a
one
week.
Twix left.
I'm so
It
interested.
comes out perfectly.
Whoa.
Now you have a cookie.
Oh.
So I have chocolate right now.
biscotti, yeah.
I'm enjoying chocolate.
Okay.
Then I get my cookie.
Are you saving that?
Yeah, I'm going to have this in a little bit. Jeff, we can take the next story.
Super weird.
You know what's funny?
Still weird.
You know what's funny? How many people wrote me saying that's exactly how they eat their Twix?
Yeah, there's a whole
there you
It
go.
wasn't more than 6, I promise. The rest of the world decided that's weird.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
No one got on board, Sam,
A lot
and you
of
were
people
clearly
did.
shocked that no one did.
I was shocked.
Yes.
I thought most people eat their Twix that way.
No.
Never heard of it.
You ever seen a Twix commercial where somebody's eating that strangely? I sure haven't.
Coming up on DBL, it doesn't take much to set Jeff off, especially when it comes to flying. We'll share the best of Jeff's rants. Plus, Al Jackson will have you in stitches. We've got his best jokes and his viral moment about a chicken sandwich that broke the internet. All of that and more when we come back.
Hey DBL Nation, my name is Jeff Schroeder and I'm the host that's going to bring honesty to the panel. I think something most people might not know about me is that I actually met my wife on a reality show and we've been together for 10 years and have 2 children now. What makes me different from the other hosts is I'll always try to see the other side. No matter what side I'm on, I want the audience to know that there is another side to the conversation and that I'm listening. The co-host that irritates me easily, Tori Schulman.
Was that the lamest thing I've ever done?
I wanted to, yeah.
Sadly, no.
What makes Daily Blast Live different from other shows is that we bring honest opinions in all different walks of life. DBL is real, DBL is raw, DBL is honest.
A number of you sent us this post, a list of 14, quote, new CDC guidelines for reopening schools. They include no field trips or assemblies, setting up one-way routes in the hallways, closing communal spaces like playgrounds and cafeterias, and only prepackaged boxes or bags of food instead of cafeteria food. You wanted to know if these were real guidelines, and we went straight to the CDC, who pointed us straight to this page they launched on Tuesday. Considerations for schools is a long write-up, but we went through claim by claim and found that almost every guideline on this viral list is included in the real CDC guidelines, meaning we can verify this viral list does show some of the new CDC guidelines for reopening schools. The CDC page itself is much more in-depth. And keep in mind, this CDC page is guidance only. They specifically say this is not meant to supplement or replace any laws or rules from local schools or governments. It's just meant to help them make their plans. If you have kids returning to school, it is worth reading the full CDC page and checking with your school to see the steps that may be needed to keep children safe. Got other questions for us to look into? Send us an email. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Hey DBL Nation, we here at DBL are going to continue to keep you informed.
Keep you guys informed during this coronavirus pandemic.
But in the meantime,
We want you guys to be safe
stay safe out there, wash your hands,
and practice social distancing.
Practice social distancing.
Together, we're going to help try and contain this virus as much as possible.
Because we're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We are all in this together.
And we're all going to get through this together. Stay safe, everybody.
Welcome back to DBL. No trip down memory lane would be complete without Jeff's epic rants about flying. Watch.
You're in row 14, I'm row 13. You're not getting off until I get off. I want to be able to watch my movie like this without you knocking over my laptop and drink because you want to go from here to here. Don't think you're sneaking across row 13. When you get off, I see the same person who's in front of my seat the whole time, and I hate them. And I walk through the airport, there they are again. There they are again. I hate you. So long later, friendly skies, because there's no such thing. And
there's something about the airport.
It's something that just like gets under my skin, and once I get going, I'm not going to get going.
Would you say there's something in the air?
That was good, Tori.
That was really good.
You really redeemed yourself.
Now,
Okay.
as funny as that is, all of Jeff's bad airport karma finally caught up with him. Take a look.
It hasn't snowed since last winter here in Denver. It's been 78 degrees every single day. I'm getting on a flight 30 and snowing. It snowed 3 inches, so that's why we were delayed. We got onto the plane for 3 hours. We're sitting here. I watched all of Rocket Man. Great movie, by the way. Before we even took off. And I played a little Candy Crush. Then they get on there like, hey, does anyone want to stretch their legs because we're about to go? And everyone's like, well, let's go. Pull this thing out. So 5 hours it took us to get LA. It's so usually 2 hours.
And meanwhile, I flew the same time as you on Frontier, which is like a lot less expensive than you probably were, what, like United, Delta or something?
No, so I was United.
Okay, so I took off on time. In fact, we touched down early.
Wow. And then
we touched down early,
on
folks.
the way back, I was Delta. I don't know what's going on at LAX. We were in whatever 2, baggage claim 2, and I'm trying to get on. They're like, your name's spelled wrong, and I'm like, so what do you want me to do? And they're like, you have to go to baggage claim 3. So we had to walk all the way to 3, and we're like, here's our bag, because Jordan has to pack makeup all the time. She can't just have carry-on. So I had to go all the way over there, and I'm like, all right, can we get on? They're like, no, your gate's over there too. So we were like running through the airport. I'm like, I got to do something before I go to the airport.
You and I were to stage you. Yeah, I feel like honestly, Jeff, this is an intervention. You bring it on yourself. You manifest it. You go into that airport thinking that they're against you, and then sure enough, every time you have a delay.
Here's the thing. I go in positive. I'm like, I'm going to have a good flight, and I say it to myself, even though I do need an intervention. I say
That's why we're here. It's not even airing at all. This is just for you.
No, but I swear. And then I'm like, I'm going to have a good flight. It's going to be good. And then I go up there. I'm like, hi, my name's Jeff. And they're like, beat it, loser. And I'm like,
oh, poor Jeff. You can never catch a break.
Jeff, I feel so sorry for you at the airport. Let's get to this next point. Even though they call me Al Fashion Jackson, I still like to take my style advice from my man Jeff right here. So listen up and take notes on this next clip where Jeff can't hold back on the outfit one man wears on a plane.
Well, when you gotta go, am I right? But things did not end well for a passenger who really had to use a restroom on an Alaska Airlines flight, and the flight had to be diverted. So here is how it all started.
You wrong. By making 7 people wait here to use the bathroom while the whole bathroom up there is empty is wrong. I don't care how much money you got. It ain't about money. We trying to use the bathroom. So they'd rather let the bathroom be empty up there and let 8 people wait in line to use the bathroom while 2 bathrooms are empty in the front.
Here's what the problem was. If I was the flight attendant on that flight and he came up to me wearing a jersey and a matching hat and he wasn't at a stadium or going to a game, I would say, you go wait with everybody else.
But it's
you
dead,
cannot
so
wear,
it's okay.
You cannot wear a hat and a jersey unless you're in the stadium.
Fashion shaming him?
Yes, you can't do that.
What if he's on the way to the stadium?
Then it's okay.
Now,
Then it's okay.
Now, if he was wearing a Bears uniform, would you let him?
With the hat?
No, without. If he was just wearing a Bears jersey, would you let him in first class?
If he was wearing just a Jets jersey with no hat, you could go in. But unless you're at a game, you can't. What did he pack in his bag? A giant finger?
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? Like, geez, we get it.
That foam finger is weird, huh?
I didn't know that was a thing. This is breaking news to me.
Well, listen, I see through what's really going on. Got to the bottom of that one, too. Bring it on. Next subject.
We could have a whole show. Actually, Jeff could have his whole own show just dedicated to airlines antics.
It never gets tired.
No.
I'm always like, tell me more. How did they ruin your day?
I think
Jeff
we've
made
done
some good,
enough
you
for
made some
one
good
day.
points on that one, though. Completely,
buddy.
man. Yeah, he was out of line. Take that hat off, bro.
He was not out of line.
Yeah,
He
you
made a
can't
very
have both.
classist,
You can't have
fantastic
both.
argument, actually.
He had to go to what he wanted him to do, go to the bathroom in his pants. He had to go to the bathroom.
Agreed.
He just can't wear the hat then.
No.
Unless you're on injury reserve on the sideline. You got to take it off.
Coming up on DBL, Tori is known for her one-liners. Next, we celebrate her jokes that don't fall flat.
Quick segment.
Wow. Plus, Al's take on the infamous Popeyes chicken sandwich that set the internet on fire. Don't go away. Hey everyone, I'm Sam Shocker. The way I would describe myself as a host of DBL, well, my co-hosts call me like the mom, so I guess I'm kind of like the team mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Sam.
Oh, Mama Bear. Being a working mother is something that's very near and dear to my heart. I have such respect to all mothers out there, and that I love animals. I will advocate for animals till the day I die. The connection that we have built with the viewer, you feel like family. You share things that you are going through with us, and I felt comfortable sharing a really dark time in my life with you. I'm going through it.
I know.
I'm proud that we are inclusive. I'm proud that we have conversations about social injustices. Yes, we always have fun on this show, but at the end of the day, I feel like that we're making a difference. We really do provide a voice for the voiceless, and I'm so grateful for that. Carrie. She asks, is it safe for my family to plan a camping trip at the end of June?
Carrie, it's actually one of the safer things you can do at a time like this because we know the risk of transmission outdoors is a lot lower. But I have a few tips. Camp close to your house, fill up your car with gas, food, and supplies so you don't have to stop along the way. Try to go to an isolated area and take some water with you to wash your hands because that hand sanitizer doesn't work if your hands are dirty, visibly soiled or dirty. So if you do those things, I think you can camp safely.
Welcome back to DBL. Now it's time to celebrate Al's best moments on the show. Yes, you, Al. Who could forget this comment about Popeye's chicken sandwich? It ended up going viral. Enjoy. Now you're going to
Popeyes.
Popeyes.
I've never had Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Wait, this is a bigger deal. Tori's never had Popeyes.
Take a moment.
What?
Take a moment. Savor it. Jeff looks a little bit more reactionary on this one. I feel like he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God! Stop it!
That's me.
Shame!
That was good.
That was a good one.
That was good. That was so quick and so funny.
What
so
a
good.
weird day. I was incredible. I was about to have my wisdom teeth taken out, so I was in incredible pain.
You were like cracked teeth and everything.
Were you shocked how quickly that took off online?
Well, yeah, it kind of the online thing was weird because I think that was a Wednesday, and I don't think it really went super viral until about Friday night, and it didn't really hit till about Sunday. So Sunday I woke up and I had a ton of missed calls, like 50 text messages. I'm like, oh, somebody died. And then it was like, oh, the thing with Tori last week. So it's weird how the internet decides when it's on.
Died.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
You are beloved.
Hilarious.
You are beloved.
I loved it.
All right, guys, it's rare that me and my buddy Al here disagree, but Al is totally wrong when it comes to Justin Timberlake. Just watch.
Nope. I agree. I think Justin Timberlake is super overrated.
What?
He has no hits.
What?
He doesn't.
Really?
In the last 10 years, name me a major hit, and don't say Suit and Tie because I will
Cry
quit
Me a
this
River.
show.
My Love.
Cry Me a River was 15 years ago when he dated Britney Spears. Britney Spears is like 40 years old. He has no hits. I'll wait.
Sexy Back.
Sexy Back, that's one. Okay.
Mirror. What's that?
It's like you're my mirror.
No, no one knows that song. Keep going.
My Love with T.I. has 68 million views on YouTube.
Because there's 68 million 12-year-old girls. That's not a real hit.
Are you kidding me? What? NSYNC alone had
When
the
was
hits
the last?
for days.
When was the last time you been to a nightclub and
It's gonna
Justin
be me.
Timberlake? Let me ask you this, Brandon. You go out every weekend, and weekday. Brandon, when was the last time you went to a place where people socialized, where a Justin Timberlake song played and it was not on the jukebox, where a DJ,
Senorita.
5 years ago.
It doesn't matter. He
I said, give me a hit within 10 years, and no one can do anything.
You just said that song was 5 years ago.
Stop saying Mirror. It's not a song.
River, we've got to go. DBL
Cry Me a River was 15 years ago.
A group of high school students, seniors.
I actually agree with Al on this one.
Yeah, and I gave Senorita 5 years. It was 2002. It's almost 20. It'll be 18 years old in a month.
Why does it anger you?
He has no hits.
You don't like that song, Suit and Tie with Jay-Z, that whole album?
No, that song's fine.
That means you kind of like it.
No, he's overrated.
You liked it.
Musically, I think he's past his prime. Like we have to.
He's like 35.
He's like an old boxer. Just bring him out and let him wave to the crowd. But he doesn't make relevant music anymore.
Dude, he's been famous since he was 2.
No one's saying he's not famous. The girl on the side of Wendy's is famous. Do you want to listen to her songs?
I think you make a lot of sense, Al. I really do.
Washed up.
Yep. Nope.
Washed up.
Yep. We'll be right back.
He's a washed-up entertainer.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by.
What's up, DBL Nation? Al Jackson here. I'm the host that brings a little bit of levity to the panel. Let's be honest, things get a little serious. Sometimes you gotta break that up with a little humor. That's where I come in. Why can't you be an adult and be uncomfortable for a few hours? It's all right. Something viewers might not know about me, I have a degree in biology. I know, it's weird. I wasted my money. And then I decided to go to graduate school for biomedical sciences. So that happened. The co-host that makes me laugh the hardest is Tori. She's one of a kind.
I'm just saying anything is possible if you trout yourself.
The co-host that irritates me easily is Tori. She's one of a kind.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God!
DBL is bold. DBL is unfiltered. DBL is uncensored. DBL is slightly censored.
The president says he's not shutting the country down if we have a second wave. We talked about this earlier on the show, but we want to hear your expert opinion. What do you make of this?
So Sam, it's quite simple actually if you think about it. The virus spreads through people. So if you separate the people, the risk of transmission is lower, the number of cases is lower. You bring them together, the number of cases are going to go up. So whether you want to call this a second wave or a spike or whatever have you, the number of cases will go up, and how high it goes really depends on how much the people get together. Now, I understand the president's concerns because there is the economic health of our country that we have to think about. But in my opinion, we can have our cake and eat it too. We can do this in a safe fashion if we have that testing and tracing in place. There's actually a new study that also came out last week that proposed a very unique model for opening up the country, which is having 50 days of lockdown alternating with 30 days of easing of restrictions and doing that over and over and over again to really kind of keep that number at bay.
Wow. Doctor, quickly before we get to this question, do you believe we should slowly start opening up the country if we can?
I think we should, Jeff, but I think we have to have that testing and tracing in place. We have a false choice here. It's not a choice between our physical health and our economic health. There is a way to have both, and that's to have the testing and tracing so that we have a finger on the pulse of the virus. And when those cases start to go up again, we can dial it back down, but we have to know that they're going up with the testing in place.
Wow. I nominate Dr. Coley to help advise the president on reopening the country. Welcome back to DBL. We spend a lot of time together, let me tell you, but we're still learning new things about each other, like Tori's hatred of hot air balloons. Watch.
Oh my God, I hate this transaction. I hate this transportation. I hate this
transaction.
I meant like contraption and transportation,
Got it.
and I put them together because it's stupid, just like I sound.
Have you ever rode
yes,
a?
And I immediately threw up, and then I looked around. I had altitude sickness. You have no way of knowing where you're going.
It looks
it's
beautiful.
A wicker basket that's flammable next to hot flames.
Look how gorgeous that is.
If you're in the basket, it sounds like this. And it's hot, and it's gross, and there's strangers, and you can't steer, and you can't land.
So can you carry on a conversation with that obtuse noise you just made?
Be like, Erica, you and I have spent a lot of time together, and it's just terrible. It's a stupid idea. It's wicker next to flammable. I don't get it. I think it's so dumb.
I've always wanted to take a hot air balloon ride.
It's so dumb.
I think it's one of those things you think you want to. It's like, wouldn't it be cool to go on a submarine and then you're like, your ears pop and you're scared and you're like, I don't want to be down here.
Awesome.
Oh, no, do you understand what happens to your body? That's all bad.
Where do you think you're going? And Tori got altitude sickness from going 50 feet in the air.
We went way high.
You don't get altitude sickness. You were a couple hundred feet.
We were up there. we were.
All right. Tori is clearly a fearless comedian, always willing to take a risk, and I love her for that. Even though sometimes the jokes fall flat.
What?
Like this one. But that never stops our girl Tori. Watch.
Oh, no.
Tell a joke, Tori.
Okay, ready? Hey, Al,
What's
Brandon,
up?
and Lindsay.
What's up?
What's the cutest season?
Fall.
Autumn. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. If I have a job.
Thanks for saving it.
Yep, anytime.
That said that was a highlight.
Yeah, that was really
What does that say about our show?
I know.
Wow.
Wait, that was supposed to be the good one?
No, or maybe the bad one.
I don't know.
Well, I got a couple more for you guys. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Did you guys hear about the semicolon that broke the law? He was given 2 consecutive sentences.
I don't hate that one. I didn't hate that one.
Did you write that?
No, there's only one I wrote. I've just written a song.
These are just jokes you find on the internet?
Yeah.
We all could do that.
I know. I've just written a song about tortillas. Actually, it's more of a rap. I recently decided to sell my vacuum cleaner as all it was gathering dust.
Nailed that one.
Okay, this is the one I came up with. What do you call a fruit holding up a bank? A strawberry.
So which one of those did you write?
A strawberry.
That's good.
That was a good one.
That's actually
Or
really.
strawberry.
Get it? Robbery,
and
strawberry.
That is terrible. That is terrible.
Really? I thought it was actually quite clever.
I thought it was pretty clever,
Yeah.
Tori. I think that's clever. Strawberry, robbery.
No, those words don't rhyme at all.
You're
What?
a joke enabler.
I am?
You're enabling her
No,
to
I
keep
tell her
telling
when
you
the other
it's
ones are bad.
Yeah,
I
she
always
does.
say that didn't work.
Your notes.
Oh, Lord.
Are you wearing red because the strawberry joke?
Yeah, that was the whole setup. Don't you get it?
Wow. We should have like awkward. You know what we should do? Put
that-
together all of Tori's awkward pauses.
Sometimes I feel like we've gone to space.
When it's silent.
There's like an absence of sound. It's like the quietest it's ever been in the studio.
Try. Just make up one new
ready?
joke.
Man, why did the cookie go to the doctor? He was feeling crummy. You hear that?
You know, everyone held their breath, but that was a good one.
Okay,
We ended on a good note.
Did we?
We'll be right back with more DBL, folks.
Oh, boy.